The Wildcats batting average, homers, and runs driven in. All eyes on her tonight as we get underway in Game 3. Allie Hutchins will lead things off. Gress in the circle on a mic'd up Monday, the first pitch. Tough stretch of games the last few weeks. Going back to the series win against LSU. Hutchins charging this one to Lelio in center field. There's one away.
We had a great
1 for 5 this weekend with a knock into right field in the first frame yesterday. Corey Hurd could connect the dots there. Sharply to Rhodey at first. There's 2 away. I'm going to give you the temp check tonight. It's 83 and it feels fantastic here in Columbia. You come in here towards the end of April and you could be dealt all kinds of different cards in terms of this one swatted down the right field line, tracking, and that's a fair ball. Knight couldn't catch up to it. Aiming for third is Blum, and Allie Blum keeps the inning alive for UK. And a spark here to begin with a runner at third base and 2 outs.
Gress hitting the outer corner. Blum just takes that pitch exactly where it's pitched, over the right fielder's head, and legs it out all the way to third. You see her now, a runner in scoring position.
Third triple this season for Allie Blum. And here's Plotz. Nubs one over to Rhodey at first to end the threat. Gress escapes home half of the first inning. Coming up, Gamecocks up to bat for the first time.
Wanted to make a better debut than game 1. 0.1 innings pitched, a third of that, and giving up 3 earned runs.
The defense is hungry too, right?
Yeah, we all got to eat. We got to eat up here too.
I think so. Smells great. Somebody's grilling out hot dogs somewhere. And roll the Gamecocks. And excuse me, swing and strike 2. That's where I draw the line.
Ice cream. I love it. No,
you know what I mean?
Pretty particular.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say more basic than particular. Over to shortstop, and Reisner in time for out number 2. And Ariana Rhodey brings to the table state champion in ice hockey in Rhode Island in high school. Fly ball lifted to right. It'll stay in the park. And underneath is Plotz for out 3. To retire the side, a 1-2-3 home half. The first scoreless in Columbia. In game 1. Popped up foul territory behind third base. And Ella Chansey is there. Find your groove this weekend. It hasn't happened yet. 1 run in 2 games. Here's Cassie Reisner, who has the lone run this weekend. That solo shot way back in game 1 early in Saturday actually gave the Cats an 1-0 advantage in the 3rd inning. But
you got to be able to get runners on to even sacrifice. So I think they've got to make better adjustments. And
sharply to Chansey for out number 2. And here's Madison Clark.
At the same time, South Carolina's defense, and we had this conversation earlier, their defense has been on lockdown. They've been making double plays. Top 5 in that category in the nation, 2nd in the SEC in their defensive numbers. So they're giving up a lot of free passes, and that's one thing that Kentucky did in game 1. They gave at least 7 free passes up to South Carolina.
Yeah, Aggies assuming that number 1 position. Going back to a week ago. Chansey battling, stays alive with a full count. The league has only gotten stronger. And a walk for Chansey. Lead things off here. Bottom of the 2nd. And even South Carolina at 9-8 still in the top 12. Shows just a small idea of how deep the conference is. Slow roller over to short. Only play for Reisner would be at first, but the throw is wide. And now South Carolina with runners at the corners. Blankenship, the senior from Hudson, Florida, River Ridge High School, began her career at Florida State. Second the country going into last week, at least one of the games. Over to first. And a nice job for Zarelli to look the runner back to third base. Robbinsville High School, also a transfer from Charlotte. The baseball and softball family, both parents.
Knowing she's got to be a wall back there for a pitcher.
Inside out swing that is sent foul. Knight in her 6th season. Slowly to third, and Gamecock's going to plate the first run of the game. Throw back across towards third is not in time. Interesting weekend last weekend for UK. They had the off week in terms of SEC play, and they decided to go up to Beantown in Boston to play a series against BU. Won a couple of games and the third out here. But as the head coach, you can't micromanage and work with your pitchers every single hour of every single day. So that's always a bit of a challenge, but heavily involved, obviously, in between innings. Hammer to Chansey, off the glove, over to Blankenship. Donaldson, the sophomore from Louisville. Ballard High School. First career hit was an RBI triple this season. We asked Coach Ashley Woodard-Chastain, or Chastain-Woodard, excuse me, about that play last week by Vincent in left field. So that's got to be the best catch you've ever seen. She said, no, it's in the top 2 or 3.
I haven't.
And we're going to show it to you. Should be in our next inning. To me, it's the best catch I've seen in person. Maybe ever. Maybe ever.
I'm excited to see. I've seen some pretty great catches, Roy. I've seen
slow roller over to Rhodey at first. All right. The catch over the wall, it's in your arch rival's backyard. It was a 1-0 game at that point in time. That ball goes over the wall, and it's not called. It's 3-1 in favor, again, of your arch rival. A pretty important moment right there.
It is. There's so many different factors.
Second time through the order. Inside for ball 4, and the inning continues. Allie Hutchins, a good take. 0-1 to Lauren Borzilleri. And Borzilleri. Fly ball to left, just short of the track. And Vincent makes the grab. Going back to last Wednesday after that Tuesday night effort at Clemson. Senior from Elgin. And this one hit on a laser to left. Here's Lelio. One hopper to first. And just like that, there's 2 in that catch that we showed you earlier. Here's Carly Shelton. Batting second again. Carly's brother plays down in Florida. Gators will be featured on SEC Network this Saturday against second-ranked Arkansas. Wheels.
Got some legs on her.
Into right center field, and Blum's aboard. Leadoff batter standing at first base. Carolina's only allowed 9 stolen bases on the season, and Lexi Winter is a big reason why. 1-1 over to Chansey, aiming for 2. There's the turn for the double play. Even though I already know the answer, and of course I'm going to ask it, is that what you would deem to be feeding the defense?
I think it makes everybody better.
Mitchell to left, and an easy play for Vincent.
Supporting her in her coaching journey at South Carolina, but how nice that she's down the road.
Ariana Rhodey sends this one into foul territory and enough real estate.
Just somehow that Pyrenees made its way into her arms.
You get a dugout full of puppies. It's going to be splendid. Here's Chansey winning all those championships. Up the middle. Nice play, and the grab and the reach by Reisner. Not in time. And so far, Julie Kelly has been really solid in the circle so far for the Cats, keeping UK in it. Right back to the glove. It knocked it off barehanded. The toss to first is in time. Scorched over to second. Donaldson is there to retire the side. Now put a star by this one, Julie. You would have to think down the stretch. And certainly rock solid position. Be a top 16 seed. Popped up, foul territory. Reasoner. She knew that maybe this team had a chance to be special. Bunted right back to the circle, and Clark
goes to show the kind of community and the kind of culture that Coach fosters.
Shelton's got to run to catch up to it and fires that throw.
I think got caught up in such quick movements, wasn't able to get that ball out successfully, ended up throwing it past the first baseman, Rhodey.
Fly ball towards the gap, Vinson, no problem.
She's been hitting her spots, but she's typically been an inning eater throughout the course of this season. In her 5th inning today, only 2 times this season has she gone 5 innings. Last night we saw a rubber match. Game was 1-0 like we're seeing right now, so trying to get that insurance.
Over to third, drop briefly, and Hutchins over to first. Advancing to second, that'll be one way to get Knight into scoring position. Over to second, Donaldson is there. Advancing to third will be McKnight. There's 2 away. It's been a great first season in Columbia. Ball and 2 strikes. Inner half, called strike 3. Gamecocks strand a runner at third, 1-0 our score. Top of the 6th coming up next. Time through the order for Sam Gress, and Allie Hutchins will try to ignite a rally for UK. You see her numbers on the season, and tonight 0 for 1 with that free pass in the 3rd inning. Search of her first hit this 3-game series. Very businesslike approach for Carolina.
1 extra base hit and a triple.
That part of her game. Slowly to second, Shelton trots over, and in time. Bang bang play at first.
The distance to try to make the play, but this, it almost looks like Hutchins touches the bag before the ball is secured in Rhodey's glove, and we'll take another look. Comfortable, and she stood with it.
And a base hit into left field with 1 away. Larry is aboard, the junior from Riverside, California, King High School. This one hit sharply to Blankenship, stabs it out of the air, and there's 2 away.
And it happens yet again, but this one was a line shot. I mean,
and really outside of the 2-out triple by Blum, has held UK in check. Second strikeout. This one retires the side. And Sam Gress, the heartbeat of Carolina.
Gamecock.
Yeah, it's important to point out the run that was scored was unearned. Cats' lone run this weekend coming via the solo blast. Cassie Reisner back in game 1 on Saturday night. Good piece of hitting for Carly Shelton here. Aboard for Carolina.
Continue to come back and give themselves the best chance to tie it and hopefully win it.
Ariana Rhodey 0 for 2 tonight. Why is that important? Originate from Rhode Island, but Ari Rhodey certainly one of them. Over to third, and Hutchins records the first out. And speak of Chansey, and there she is standing batter's box. A rocket down the right field, wide, and that's fair. It'll bounce all the way to the wall. Go sign is on. It's 2-0 Gamecocks. Throw to third is not in time. A run-scoring triple for Ella Chansey. And it's
that momentum we talked about, getting the leadoff runner on, being that spark plug. Things pitched, gave up 5 hits, only 1 earned run.
This one bunted foul.
And so at this point of the season, they're reaching the end, and got to be able to take care of yourself, take care of your bodies, but also stay focused to be able to withstand. And that bunt attempt or bunt show just allowed her to get to second base so easily with nobody covering.
Here's the squeeze, the toss home, not in time. 3-0 Carolina.
you got to be able to make it less stressful. You got to be able to control your heartbeat. You've done that enough in practice to be able to understand when the ball goes here, I got to do this, I got to do that, and be able to put a glove on and make a play.
A blue play into left center. That plates another run, and the RBI single for Abigail Knight. Swinging away. I mean, at that point, it becomes a little bit of a head game of sorts, right? When you square to bunt. Was that the triple dipper?
It was. I love to see it.
Vinson, a shot to straightaway center. That ball is gone. How about it, Emily Vinson? First home run as a Gamecock.
About this yak straight to dead center field. This ball left all over the plate a little bit too much, and she just grips and rips, drives it straight to dead center field by Vinson, and all the excitement from the coaches from her 7-0. How about it?
Began her career at Longwood. She's got on the big hat, an emotional moment.
Had a dream, went after it, was shameless about it. It worked out, and now she's thriving on the field in the very place that she dreamed of being. She's seeing it come to fruition, and how about the timing of it as well? I mean, no better time to get hot than right now going into the last few weekends of SEC play.
Fly ball. Ballpark's going to hold it, and to center is Allie Blum.
Those hits have been pretty scarce throughout the course of the weekend.
Here's Shelton. Not in time. It's game 3 to have it in the first 2 matchups. Reesner hits sharply to Chansey, trying to get the lead runner at second, and she does. Well, she threw that ball right there from her knees.
Puts her body on the line to try to get that out, and base with just how much space that there was in between Clark and first, but she tries to get the...
Against a team that, by many accounts, should be in postseason play. Foul territory, and there it is. Shelton, the running grab.
Phenomenal job at keeping Kentucky at bay. Press in the circle. How about her performance tonight? Going the distance. Laser show tonight. 7-0. A bomb by Vinson at the bottom of the order. Her first bomb of the night.
Carolina gets it done.